think they even went in for a little kiss there,
a
little smooch.
it was a kiss.
Welcome back to That Figure Skating Show. Guys, we have our first world champions of the 2021 World Figure Skating Championships.
It was crazy. It was a crazy event, guys.
What did we just watch? I'm lost.
We got a new world champion. We're going to talk Canadians. We're going to talk Olympics and how we think the Olympic season is going to be shaping up and our predictions for that season. Let's start with the podium. We have our new champions, like I said, Mishina and Galliamov in first place. Didn't expect that. Second place, former reigning world champions, Sui Han. Third, Boikova and Kozlovski.
First off, Boikova and Kozlovski won the short program, but with a pretty handy lead. I thought they were just going to come out and skate clean because they always skate clean. And they've been getting really strong marks. Whether I agree with it or not is another question. I don't always agree with it, but it's been happening. And I actually thought they were going to be world champions. And I didn't really, I don't know, it didn't sit too well with me. They're good. They're consistent. They have great tricks. But like, their skating skills are not world champion caliber. It is their first world championships, and they look like it. He can't do back crossovers.
Like every time he does a back crosscut, that foot that's just limping up and down, and leaving the ice. When that outside foot and good technique crosscut should be staying on the ice.
It looks labored, and it makes you feel uneasy when you're watching it. And so, I want to reiterate: I think they're good. I just don't think they're that good, and they still have some growing to do. So, hopefully they go home.
And how would you compare them to the Russians who actually finished off the podium?
I mean,
Morozov.
Here's the thing. We've talked about this team many times. They just we always want them to give us a clean performance, and they just won't give it to us. They're just
Never.
The biggest skate teases ever. They're so good. They're world champion material. They have all the qualities, but there's always something. And usually it's something on the jump or throw, a 2-foot here, a step out. She actually did the same mistake on the side-by-side triple toe that she did in the short, bailing out, landing very awkwardly. I still think they should have come third. 6 points? How is that spread like that? I don't know if the judges and the technical specialists are watching something else, but that's mark.
They're watching the same thing. It's they shouldn't be getting any 9s and PCs at all.
But it's the same country. We can't even call the political card, It's the same country, the country that's not allowed to be named at this World Championships. Figure skaters from Russia, not representing Russia, which is still bizarre, but it doesn't feel right. They belonged in third place. I'm going to leave it at that. They had some mistakes. They're still an amazing, amazing team, and one of the class of the field. So,
well, Sui Han, our personal favorite, battling injury. The veterans, they've been here for so long and keep pushing it. They are still the class of the field, skating wise and honestly element wise. What did you think of their performance today?
They're transfixing. They're beautiful. That program is a masterpiece. I think they were skating with 1 foot on the brake. Maybe they weren't as trained as we're used to seeing them, which is quite understandable given the landscape of the world right now. But I felt it was a bit careful. They did a great job. They were amazing. I still think they should have won. It wasn't this Sui Han we're used to seeing now.
Yeah, I agree. They definitely looked a little bit more cautious. I think we have to take in the circumstances of a pandemic and unequal training. All the Russians pretty much have had more competitions than anybody else competing here at this Worlds. So you got to keep that in the back of your brain for every single event. But like you said, everything they do is just money. They mesmerize during their choreographic step sequence, the little amount of audience that we have, the athletes were cheering just for them, just for skating ability. And I think that is the difference. And to have them even close to Mishina Galliamov is a crime. Speaking of Mishina Galliamov, they are our new world champions. They've only been doing pairs for 4 years. This is their first Worlds, and last season was their first season as
senior competitors.
That's nuts.
I don't even they don't even know what to say. Their post-skate interview was really quite adorable. I mean, this is what it looks like when a bunch of teenagers win their first world title.
We were really surprised to come the first, and I don't know even what to say for the moment because we don't understand this yet.
And how are you going to celebrate your victory?
We will go to sleep.
They don't miss. I don't know what they're doing, but they don't miss. These guys, they don't just have technical elements that are very difficult in their program. They bombard their elements with difficult transitions in and out, and they just nail everything every time they're out, basically. It's unbelievable. I don't know what else to say. It's unbelievable.
Our biggest thing about them was that, that they didn't really have a good connection. I still think they don't, but they really utilized those transitions. His lean back drag into a triple toe, that is pretty insane. To go from, he's a tall guy, going horizontal to the ice, up, back, and then into a triple toe. Pretty amazing. And
I mean, that move alone for me, I'm like, yes, that you can stand back up after that. Impressive. Very good.
Yeah, very impressive. And, you talked about them being humble. They got 151 in their free skate, and then the reaction was just like,
yeah, like calling to their coaches. I don't know pair scores yet. Is that good?
Yeah, that's how green they are. But you know what? They were exciting. They were definitely the skate of the night for me. And so,
by far the skate of the night.
Yeah, don't want to rain on their parade.
I will say, personally, I do think Sui Han should have won. I think quality-wise, that component mark should not have been that close. It should have been a world of a difference. But they skated clean. They did absolutely everything they could do. And they're the new world champions. And they earned it in their own way. And so, kudos to them. Amazing program.
Bravo. So let's head on over to our Canadians. Michael Marinaro and Kirsten-Moore Towers finishing a solid 6th place. Evelyn Walsh and Trennt Michaud finishing 12th, earning Canada those 2 spots for the Olympic Games.
Well, let's start with Evelyn and Trennt. I thought they were great. The one thing I love about Evelyn and Trennt is their dependability. They are one of the most consistent teams out there. There's a lot more maturing and fluidity in their skating. This free program was choreographed by Eric Radford. I really liked it. It was a more serious kind of mature look for them, and I thought they did a great job with it. They're on the right track moving into the Olympic season. I feel good about what they're doing for sure.
Likewise, I give them all kudos. They've had no competitions under their belt at all, and then to go to Worlds and nail 2 clean programs is a feat of its own. So kudos. Kirsten-Moore Towers and Michael Marinaro, their free program to Blower's Daughter, a little bit of kind of an homage to Bryce Davidson and Jessica Dubé, who performed it so long ago when they medaled at their World Championships.
2008.
2008. You, the historian, you know all the days. I know nothing. Coming off from a short program plagued with little mistakes that finished them in 10th after the short, to coming in 6th, 5th in the free. Not an easy feat. Again, these Canadians haven't had competitions like the Russians.
It's really difficult to show up for your first competition of the season, and it's Worlds, and it's a pre-Olympic season. Yeah. Worlds where you have to earn spots. And as the Canadian champions, I know for a fact they felt that weight. And that short program result was a hard knock. The free was the next day. They didn't have a day in between to regroup. This was a hard thing to do. I was really impressed with the way they kept their poise. There were a few tricks within that program. One of those lifts was definitely a fight going up. But they stuck with it, and they didn't lose their connection to the program, to that choreography that was so beautiful and so captivating and moving. I think they even went in for a little kiss there, a little smooch.
It was a kiss.
Things I felt fireworks. It was chemistry all over the place.
I loved it.
Let's move on to the Olympics because it's coming at us. We have the Olympic quota spots. So China and Russia have each won 3 unofficially based on our math. And it looks like Canada, US, Japan, and Italy have each won 2 spots. So it's going to be an interesting year moving into next season and into those Olympic Games. I have some predictions for next season. They're loose and they will fluctuate based on how the season goes. I think Sui Han are going to win. I think it's theirs. Granted, they don't get injured again and have another surgery because they're the king and queen of surgeries, but they seem to bounce back from those like it ain't nothing but a thing. It's like, I just got a massage. I'm fine.
Meanwhile, it's like a whole brand new foot and limb and ankle and a cadaver knee. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. In my opinion, the only team that rivals them are Tarasova and Morozov, and that's if they are absolutely perfect. So I think these, our new world champions and our bronze medalists, they're going to be in the mix for sure. They're very consistent. They're going to be pushing the envelope technically. I'm very interested to see how much work they do on those extra skills, their skating skills, their choreography, the attention to detail. And I'm very interested to see if the judges are going to start paying a little more attention to that and, giving it more weight. I mean, not to call them out, but also to call them out. My personal opinion is it was a little undervalued.
I concur with everything you just said. Unfortunately, spoiler alert, skating judge is just not known for doing things right.
Not always doing things right. We got to give them some credit. There are some out there that, fighting the good fight.
Yes. You're not all terrible. Well, that's it, guys. New world champions crowned. 3 more to go this week. Let us know what you think the Olympic season will shape up to be and what your Olympic dream podium is for the pairs event.
Yeah, and we will be here at the conclusion of every single event during the World Championships doing a recap episode just like this.
All right, guys. See you later.